Hello, everybody. My name is Jungjin. I'm currently doing an MPhil here at HKUST in the Mechanical and Aerospace Engineering Department. I've actually been at HKUST since 2014, so that was when I started my undergraduate studies. That's a pretty long time to be studying at one school, but it was very fun for me and definitely worth it because I was actually able to explore a lot of different passions that I have. And I hope that what I share with you today will help some of you in making your decision about postgraduate studies. A lot of my research work is done at the Aerodynamics and Acoustics facility, or the AAF. It's a really new facility, actually, just commissioned a couple of years back, and it's still expanding. But one of the really cool things about this lab is that it has the largest and quietest wind tunnel in Southeast Asia. And if you're wondering what a wind tunnel is, it's the computer rendering structure right here. And this is actually really huge. So this is a tunnel where the flow goes around, and we do the testing in something called a test section. And the test section is just this small little rectangle here. But in real life, it's actually 2.5 meters in width, 2 meters in height, and 13 meters in length. And this is where we can set up our experiments to do research work on the aerodynamics or flow over different objects. One of the really cool projects that's going on at the AAF is in collaboration with the Hong Kong Olympic cycling team. That's the photo you see on the left side here. And this photo here is actually of Hong Kong Olympic medalist Sarah Lee, who came to help us do some research or set up the research test rig. And for the Hong Kong cycling team, this is a really meaningful research because in the world of professional cycling, a split second can determine whether you get a medal or not. And that's really important for the athletes. So at the AAF, what we're trying to do is try and improve the aerodynamic efficiency by helping athletes adjust their posture, looking at the equipment. I myself have been looking at the helmet design to try and figure out a better way to improve the aerodynamic drag on those helmets. But other than research work, I was actually, one of the advantages, I think, of doing an MPhil is that you actually have a lot more freedom to explore other commitments as compared to, say, like doing a PhD. And for me, this was really important because I have a lot of different interests. And it was one of the main reasons why I didn't go to a PhD program right away and start exploring research life with an MPhil first. One of my main sort of other projects that I've been working on during my entire HKUST life actually is the Formula student team. That's the photos on the right you see here. So I was one of the founders of the Formula student team at our school. And this was a really, really fun project where we built racing electric cars, top speed going up to about 100 kilometers per hour and competing in competitions. And the school was able to give us the encouragement and also the space and like advice and funding to start this huge project, which has now grown to like a size of 50 students from all different disciplines, from undergraduate, year one undergraduate, all the way to PhD levels. And they're all getting together to work on this one really cool project. Right now as an MPhil student, I don't get involved too much into this team, but I do work with them on sort of like a mentoring level. Another project that I worked on was actually more to do with teaching. And this started off with my TA role in the aerodynamics course that I TA'd for my professor. And it was really fun because I was actually spending a lot of, putting a lot of effort into it. When I was in my undergraduate studies, it would have really helped if like a postgraduate student could help me actually understand better. So I tried to do that. And so another project I was working on was creating this app, augmented reality app, where you could visualize aerodynamic concepts using real high-level simulation data, where people can view it on their phones, just through a mobile app. So to try and help students play around with different aerodynamic concepts, basically. I think one of the greatest advantages of studying at HKUST is actually the financial support that they provide. There's, of course, the postgraduate studentship that's provided for all the research students. I was really fortunate actually to get the Asia Future Leaders Scholarship as well, which is slightly more than the PG studentship. And in the Asia Future Leadership Scholarship Program, you actually get to meet with a lot of scholars from all over Asia. So this screenshot here was from a summer online camp because of COVID, where we got together with students from Korea, China, Japan, Malaysia, Hong Kong, and where we would do like team building exercises, discuss current events, and try and talk about how we can provide or how we can contribute to society. And in the scholarship program, they actually give you a lot of workshops as well that you would attend maybe 2 or 3 times per semester. And that's the screenshot here that I have here. And this in this one, actually, we had a very high experienced talker from Disney give us a workshop on public speaking and also in like talking about introducing ourselves. So she would get us to just talk on the fly and give us feedback. That was really useful. And another really good sort of financial support that not a lot of research students know about is actually becoming a hall tutor. So as a postgraduate student, you can apply to become a hall tutor for the undergraduate student halls. And you will be in charge of sort of 1 floor of students. So if there are any like problems, you talk with them and try and make sure that the student dorms are running smoothly. And as a hall tutor, you have some roles where you have to organize like hall events like a barbecue party, or participate in hall sports competitions. And it's actually really quite a lot of fun because you get to meet a lot of students, and also a lot of other hall tutors are also doing research work, and it's a really good sort of environment, and where you don't have to pay for accommodation. The accommodation is free, and also you get free AC, which is really important in Hong Kong. So with all this together, I think what HKUST does is provide you a lot of ways to take the financial pressure off of you when you're doing your studies. And I think that's a really big help in making sure that you give your best in your research work. So this is kind of what my typical week would look like. I'm not going to go through all of it, but the sort of what I wanted to focus on is that it gives you a lot of flexibility to come up with your own schedule that works best with you. For me, I go to the gym regularly, so I go to the gym every morning and spend most of my mornings sort of catching up on papers or studying things that I feel like I need to study a bit more. In the afternoon, I would do most of my major research work. And also in the evening, I would have like lectures or go into meetings with my team and things like that. And outside of academic life, for me, I had a real good time on campus. So some of these are from my undergraduates. So this was when me and my friends were staying up all night playing League of Legends. And I also was part of a band, and there's a good band practice room on campus. This is the view from the school library. This was after an all-night study session for an exam, and watching the sun come up across the ocean view, the sea view. And this is the line for McDonald's at around 11:55 p.m. at night, because McDonald's closes at 12. So you see all the students rushing for their last sort of snack before going about their studying for exams. You can also rent boats and just go slightly off from campus and have a nice boat party there. This is one of the school library rooms where me and my friends were playing FIFA, and that's me working out. And there's a lot of places to travel and eat good food. So I'm a real food lover. And I think one of my best memories in Hong Kong was just going to different places, just local restaurants where they don't even speak English, but you just kind of sign language with them and ask them, oh, what's good? And they'll bring you out their like best dishes, and you try it with your friends. And it was real fun. And this photo here is actually our campus. And if you stare around campus at like sunsets or when the sun rises, you'll see really, really nice colors that you wouldn't expect in a school campus. So yeah, that's all I have to share for today.